Hey everybody, and welcome again to another Work After Hours on Work the Trigger. Now also simulcasting to our new channel, Work the Trigger Overtime. Welcome to everybody, and we hope that you guys enjoy this chat as much as we enjoy doing it. With us tonight, we've got Builder Shooter.
Hey guys.
And we've got Manny Things. Can you hear us, Manny? We don't know.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Got him.
So welcome again, everybody. I don't think there's anybody actually in the chats yet because we just went live. So we'll give everybody a little bit to kind of sneak in here prior to starting out our. Oh, Pistol Pete's here. Awesome. How's it going? Yep. On it with the loons.
Everybody gets me on the loons.
Well, it's because you got loons on there. Hey, Kyle's in the house. Kathleen is actually in the new, over on the new channel. So again, we are going to move the live chat here pretty soon over to our new channel. So if you are on our main channel, Work the Trigger, go ahead and take a look in the description down below the chat window or below the video, and you will see a link to the new channel. If you want, go ahead and go over there tonight, but do subscribe on there because we're going to do one more live on the main channel next week, and then we're going to switch over to just doing the live streams on the new channel. So if you go over there, that way you guys can see all of our stuff. We're going to switch lives over there. We're going to go to most of the installation videos are going to be over there, and then all of the normal stuff. Oh, Manny left. We can't hear him. All of the normal stuff is going to end up being over here. The vlogs. All of the reviews, all of that stuff. So
I can't see any of Kathleen's comments.
I guess not. So open up the other one.
I don't know how to do that.
Do it. I actually have both chat windows over here. Oh, she said she's a big nobody.
I still love you, Kathleen.
It's true. Where would we be without you?
Oh, wait. I got it. I can see her comments.
Okay. Over in the thing on StreamYard? Okay. Yeah, it just takes a little bit for that to populate sometimes, so keep up with it. Pistol Pete says, can you show guns on the new channel live? Actually, funny thing, I can't monetize on the new channel. So, yeah, what are they going to do? Demonetize me? Oh,
always. Why can't you monetize? Because it's not big enough yet?
Right. You've got to have 1,000 subs. And you've got to have 4,000 hours, watch hours over the past year to be able to monetize. So it'll be a while before then. Kathleen says she doesn't see other chatters. It's because everybody else is still over on the main channel. Kathleen, you can always, you can watch on the main channel still, Kathleen. It's just here in a couple of weeks, we're not going to do the one on the secondary or on the main channel anymore. It's just going to be over on that secondary.
You should probably subscribe to your other channel.
That would be nice. Thanks, bud.
No, we cannot subscribe. My channel must be bigger than the new one.
Just over on that secondary. Man, he's probably already bigger than you.
No, I think the new channel's at 14 so far. Let me check really quick.
He's gaining on you at least.
15. We're at 15 subs right now on the new channel. So, Manny, you still got me by a little bit. Raymond Owens is on the new channel. How's it going? Oh, Kathleen's now on the main channel. So.
Hi, Kathleen.
How's it going? What's this? It's time for a news story. All right, first up in the news tonight, Apex has released a new product. They've released their action-enhanced trigger and springs for the Springfield Hellcat. It's expected to pull the trigger pull down to about 5 to 5.25 pounds. I'm not sure how much down that is really, but it'll definitely be a nicer trigger pull. MSRP for this guy is about $79, which is pretty low for an Apex name brand trigger. What are your guys' thoughts on that, Billy?
Doesn't the Hellcat have a decent trigger already?
I hear it does. Manny, have you tried a Hellcat yet?
No, because they are from hell, and I'm a good Christian boy. We can't have things from hell.
All right then.
But I mean, Apex is a great trigger, so I'm sure it's going to be great. And it's not like they have issues. So I wasn't sure if the Hellcat trigger was already pretty decent. It looks decent aesthetically. So
It does. It looks a lot like their. I don't know what they call that. I mean, other than the action enhanced trigger, but it's a flat face with like a little hooky thing on the bottom. I really like the hooky thing on the bottom. They did make a point to say that the trigger safety, the little thingy. I'm not allowed to call him a dingus anymore, guys. So,
I can. It's a dingus.
The trigger safety in there is actually slightly below flush fitting, which is how I like it. I don't like the ones that protrude a little bit. When you shoot them a lot, they don't feel good. But I think the price is great. An MSRP of $79 means it'll probably sell for like 65-ish, which is really good for an Apex trigger. For an Apex Glock trigger, you're looking at like 100. So,
who told you can't use dingus? I forget.
Apex?
No, I can't fight them.
Right, I can't. Nope. So,
usually when I'm rocking one of the triggers, maybe.
Kathleen says that I love the stock Shield 9mm trigger. I do. It is just fantastic. Harry's Holsters in the house. Hey Harry, how's it going? Professor, I think
really well.
How's it going?
He does really well with the stock Shield trigger with TFX Pro sights.
There's my dream setup.
And a Laser Max laser.
Lasers are kind of fun. I mean, they're dumb, and I would never run one on a gun.
Laser Max. No.
I mean, I don't care if it's like super effective or anything.
I'm hungry.
Hey, Big Johnson would like to know if this is the Food Network. Can we get a rundown of what you're eating there?
Oh, I am eating a Totino's party pizza, triple cheese flavored with French dressing on it.
I like how it's not a triple cheese pizza; it's triple cheese flavored pizza.
Oh,
it's like
IR lasers aren't dumb. You're right, Harry. IR lasers are not dumb, and there are. I think lasers in general are fun. Just I wouldn't run one on a defensive pistol unless it was an IR laser. But I don't have night vision, so it wouldn't matter.
I'll have one on a defensive
You what?
Pistol. I'll have one on a defensive pistol.
Oh, I see what you're saying there. Oh.
B.E. Myers, you can send us some all for testing.
What?
What?
Oh. I said B.E. Myers, you can send us a pistol, a laser for testing.
Where's that one? What? Who's sending us something? I'm down.
Manny's down here somewhere. Are you okay? Have you been eaten by a bear?
Yeah, they would like to know if you're in the restroom. We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
We're just wondering
I just
if you're
have
in
a
the restroom or not.
I just have a delay. No, I'm trying to conserve bandwidth.
Smart man. Smart man. Yeah, your video's all jumpy. That's all right.
That's just him. He's on that dope.
That cantaloupe.
All right. Next bit of news tonight. It's a very, very short news week. They packed everything into last week. So this week we've got like very minimum news.
Did we have like nothing last week?
What? No, last week was the big week. There was like 5 different news articles last week. Anyway, so the next one is Silencer Co. They are breaking into the billet AR-15 lower market with a 7075 T6 anodized aluminum lower. It is billet, as I said. It's got an ambi bolt catch, enlarged trigger guard, ambi QD mount holes, and it MSRPs for $249. What do you guys think about that, Manny?
It sounds wonderful, but I don't know if we need another fancy billet AR manufacturer.
That is a fair point. Builder, what do you think?
This is not their first AR lower.
That is correct. I believe it's their first billet lower, though.
Their first AR lowers were Saker lowers, and you could get a free Saker lower if you send in a copy of your Class 3 paperwork of you purchasing a Saker.
Oh. Think they'll do that with this one?
No.
Dang. If they did that, I might send something in. Anyway, yeah, I think that they're jumping into an already saturated market. There's a massive amount of billet and forged lowers on the market, and it's just another one. I mean, the anti-bolt catch is nice.
If you want to come out and be competitive in the non-mil spec lower category nowadays,
Hail Nimrod!
you need to be turning out something like the Lancer L5s with interchangeable mag wells and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to do something different to set yourself apart. And I mean, it's nice, but it's nothing special. And $250 for that's not chump change. I mean, it's not. It's that's average, for a billet lower. They're not kicking your butt with nice features, and they're not undercutting price on anybody. So basically, if you want that, you're only looking at getting it because of the Silencer Co. name, and the Silencer Co.
I want to say that I know I bought a billet lower years ago, and it was a complete lower, and I want to say it was like $350,
Mm-hmm.
but it was when lowers were more expensive too. And it was a US M4 lower.
Ooh.
That's what I built my first AR pistol on.
Pistol Pete says he likes mega lowers. Mega lowers are fantastic. I actually have a new AR-15 build in the works. I purchased a new set. What was it, a week ago, I think?
Did it actually work? Like,
huh?
You got one of 100?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did I not tell you that? Yeah, I got it. It's in processing, but
okay. You said you thought they were going to refund you and say that.
Oh, no,
cool.
I got one. I was actually one of the first ones to successfully get through checkout.
So let's Cerakote it.
I'm gonna beat you. Let's Cerakote it all ODG.
No, Tiffany blue.
No, it's already green. Is the so basically if the Cerakote gets scratched at that point, it'll look fine.
Mm-hmm.
Professor says Aero lowers are his favorite, $60 to $70, and some small yet great features. Actually, I've got an Aero, one of their forged lowers, and the one
they're just hard to beat.
Huh?
They're hard to beat.
They are. They're a good quality. They're not $150 to $200. They're a decent affordable price, but they're nice quality. They build without issue.
I don't feel bad telling somebody that I have an AR or an Aero lower.
Yeah,
a poverty pony, that's different.
And I have to explain my DPMS. I'm like, yeah, I have a DPMS lower. No, before they were crap.
You mean BDMS? Is that okay?
I'm sorry, what? PMS?
BDMS.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Oh, Big Johnson's rocking the poverty ponies.
Hey, if they're cheap, he's going to not buy them.
I bought 3 of those at one time, years and years and years ago. And one of them I built into a rifle. That's what my 300 Blackout. That's the round. 300 Blackout rifle was on. And hey, Locke, how's it going, man? So that's what my Blackout rifle was on. Sold that. And then the other 2 I actually built and sold for people who bought. Now, I bought them with the full intention of keeping them and building them into stuff. And this was like before I knew what Anderson was and built one. Yeah, they were not fun to build.
Did you sell your lower with the 300 Blackout?
Yep.
I thought you just sold the upper.
Nope, sold the whole thing. Whole thing done. You would?
Everything except the high quality.
Reload Rap caught on. He said ATF is listening. I bought them all with the intention to keep them. I did not buy them to resell them. 100% meant to keep them.
But you can give them to me.
I can't. You live in a different state, Manny.
No, I'll just change my residency and then change residency again.
All right, that sounds good. Oh, anyway, I was going to say something else. We were talking about Aero. Arrow is actually the receiver set that I got that's coming in for the next thing. So I'm looking forward to that. I was lucky enough to grab one of their olive drab green anodized receiver sets that went on sale on the 7th. So I honestly still can't believe that I got one, because I found out through a buddy that they were even selling them. I had no idea that they were coming up. And he had been keeping a pretty close eye on it. There was a Facebook group of like 3,000 people trying to get these things. And I wasn't a member, but I got one. So, woo!
Suck it.
Anyway, so next up, we're going to get to some questions. So I got a fun question intro. You ready, guys? Ready?
Go for it.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Was that loud enough? I don't know.
Yes.
Need to figure out a better way to turn that up. All right. So now we are to some questions. Let's go ahead and run down the line a little bit. This question is, I think I know for the majority of the panel, guys, but if you're listening to the chat, feel free to answer this one. So, has the recent ammo shortage made you reconsider anything about your ammunition purchasing habits? Whether that be the type of ammunition, whether it's 40, 9mm, 45, the quantity, is 2,000 rounds enough, or alternative ways of getting the ammo, whether it be reloading, purchasing from reloaders, or beating up old men and taking it. So, Manny, Builder, what do you guys? Has this changed how you guys look at it at all?
The beating up old man, I hadn't really thought about that until just now.
Mm-hmm. You never know. On the other hand, it would just be 45. So I'm not sure how that's going to help you.
That's true. Very true.
I'm sure he's got a 1911 stuffed in there somewhere too. So, hey.
Exactly. I don't know. I bought ammo last year, and I'd been going through it and not really caring too much about it, just because I bought a fair amount of it.
You bought a lot of ammo.
And, as this got closer and closer, I wasn't really thinking anything of it. And not that I'm, like, out of ammo. I still have a fair amount of ammo. But I'm shooting less. A lot less. Just because I don't want to replenish it right now. It's not a good time. I have a reloader. I've had a reloader for years. I just don't reload. I have not devoted the time to it. But yeah, I'm just trying to be a little more conscious of it.
Yep. Yeah, that's
for some reason now I want to shoot rifle, which is stupid.
That's a bad idea.
Like, that's all I want to do is go blast 5.56. It's like, well, that I don't have much of that. That's great
not
idea.
Cheap either. So Locke says that he's just not going to the range as much. Pistol Pete says none of us have enough. That's the truth. Big Johnson points out that the old guys just have brass because that's what they do at the range. They shoot a little bit and then just steal everybody's brass.
I shot 100 rounds one time at our local range, and I picked up 659mm casings that day. It was awesome.
That's a good day. See, I'm going to have to start doing that.
No, I'm just going to follow you around with a bucket and be like, I don't know where it went.
Kathleen, I'm the one with the reload. I don't have dies though. Anyway, I think I might have found some. Hey, anybody in the chat who reload? I found some Hornady dies. It's 3 die sets, and I'm not 100% sure which dies they are, but those should work in my Dillon 550, right?
Yeah, they'll work. It's what 3 die sets are is they don't come with the crimp die. The crimp die
the
is
one I need.
Well,
You get a Lee factory crimp die though, because they're better.
Yeah, and
That's
they're
true.
cheap. Lee crimp dies are cheap, price wise.
See, the problem is that I've heard Lee crimp dies suck compared
I don't know who
to.
you heard that from, but they're wrong.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I heard
and
from,
it might be because the crimp dies that I found, most of the Lee crimp dies are crimp and set dies.
Yeah,
Where-
you know that.
Right. So maybe if I could find a dedicated crimp die. Maybe. All right. Anyway, Yeah, the professor says get the Lee carbon dyes. I actually have I could get those for a relatively good price if they just get the damn things in stock.
Yeah. So with your press, you have a Dillon press. That doesn't mean anything for dyes.
I
Dyes,
didn't think so, but
for the most part, dyes are universal. I've had great luck with pistols with RCBS carbide dyes, but I've also had great luck, and that was before I had all my Lee stuff. Now with my Lee stuff, I mean, I haven't had any problems with the Lee. In fact, some of the dyes, like the depriming dye, I prefer it over the, I think it was the RCBS depriming dye, because the RCBS, if you had something in the primer pocket or the primer didn't push out, it would break your pin, and then you'd have to order a new one. The Lee just pushes the pin back up inside of it, and you just have to pull the pin back out.
Okay.
Which means nothing to you right now, but when you start reloading, you'll be like, "Oh, this is nice. This is a whole lot better than breaking."
Kathleen says, asks, how long do you guys think it'll be before ammo comes back?
After November.
No, 2 years.
It won't be 2 years, but I think it's going to be February.
It'll start to come back after November. It's not going to come back before November.
Right. No, it won't. But I think it'll come back February or March of next year. You think November. And Manny, you said 2 years?
Yep, 2 years.
All right.
I think Big Johnson's got the nail on the head there.
Middle of 21?
Yep.
Hopefully so. I mean, I think components will come back a lot quicker than full ammo will, just because there are so many fewer reloaders. But 1 year of Trump wins cheap ammo, in 2 years cheaper ammo in 3. Yeah, I'm curious what'll happen if Biden wins. Because either way, you're going to have rioting on from one way and just utter totalitarianism the other way. So, hey, the win-win, right?
Keeping my mouth shut.
that's probably smart. Well, Harry says Big Johnson is right. Prices start dropping in February. I said February or March. Damn it.
I mean, they're what I said with November, what I'm saying with November is after everything's figured out, the panic that is with every election that happens every 4 years.
Yep.
The panic is going to slow down and stuff's going to start recouping. And then, yes, around February or March, whatever, it's going to smooth into there. Unless, unless one person wins and then.
Right. And then we're going to be filling out 4473s for all of our ammo.
He might forget. There's a good chance he'll just forget. Like, what? Oh, I forgot about that.
Locke says elections are a lose-lose. If Biden wins, ammo will be the least of our issues. He's buying a shovel. Yeah, I try to not think about the election, in all honesty.
Me too, because I never have gotten fired up about politics, but I'm very fired up lately.
Yep. Speaking of which,
Permission to ask a question, sir?
Permission granted, Baldric, as long as it isn't the one about where babies come from.
No baby questions. All right. So our next question. All right. Let's jump to one of Builder's questions here. So Builder asks, damn it.
You have to put this one in context.
Is there context?
Yes, it was a reply to you telling me that I had to add a question, even though I didn't want to.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You did have to add a question. Yeah. All right. So the question that Builder begrudgingly put up was, why is it called the Napoleon Complex when he was actually pretty average height for his time? I got nothing. Man, did you hear that one? It's because I know what it is. It's because tall people have something against short people, and so they'll project things onto them. That's what it is. So every time a short person gets it. You know what?
Actually,
That's
the correct answer is what Professor said.
What did he say?
English propaganda. They raked him over the coals with propaganda.
I was going to say it's the precursor to mansplaining. It's like every time it's when somebody says something in a way that you disagree with or don't like, find something personal about them and blame it on that. That's a pretty good yep. Poor Napoleon. Should have never taken on those damn Russians. All right, anyway.
Permission to ask a question, sir?
Permission granted, Baldric, as long as it isn't the one about where babies come from.
All right, next question. Let's skip over to one of Manny's since he's in and out. Manny, can you hear us? We can't hear you.
What?
Oh, there he is. Can you hear us?
Yeah, barely. But yeah.
Okay.
Now that's just mean. All right, Manny's question is, what is the most expensive gun accessory you want to buy?
Where the hell is that question?
Very bottom.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
My answer to that is an Elcan 1-4 with a red dot sight on top of it.
Right
hard to
now,
price-wise.
I need a can. Although those aren't that expensive. They're just a pain in the ass to get. Most expensive gun accessory.
Big Johnson has a good one. Nods are good, but wouldn't use it.
Ooh, that is a good one. Nods. That's and those are not cheap. Ooh, Locke's got it. Picatinny mount chainsaw. And Kathleen's just going to sleep. All right.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Manny said he's out, but he'll be in the chat.
Yep, that works. Because unfortunately, yeah, when you're working on campground Wi-Fi, not the best all the time. So let's see. Oh, Pistol Pete says, I'd like to pick up this Airsoft conversion for dry fire. I actually would love to play a couple of games of Airsoft, or like to play once a month or something, just as something to be able to.
Years.
Huh? I know. Well, yeah, but guess what? We've had children for years. It's not money that's keeping me from it. It's time.
Now it's money because I don't want to put a Holosun on a.
That's a good one. Yeah, but that's a very good point. Dang it. I think Airsoft is a great it's a great trainer for tactics, not necessarily for shooting itself. You could use it as dry fire, which is nice, but Kathleen says you have a child. Yikes. I have two.
Me too.
Yeah, so unfortunately they have allowed us to procreate, which is going to taint the world. Anyway, I just really want to play Airsoft because it's really fun to go shoot other people. I played paintball with a group of guys for a couple of years, and that was some fun stuff. That was fun. Does anybody make a conversion for the X5? Because if so, find it, post it. I want one. I
looked into the 22 TCM conversions for Glocks again, and doesn't look like they're Gen 5 compatible. So I'm out.
Oh, of course. Dang it. It's a good
Otherwise,
reason.
we'd be hitting up Rock Island.
Should get a Gen 3 just for that.
Ew.
Yeah. Who would now?
There's
Gen
only one acceptable Gen 3 Glock, and it's a 21.
Pass. What is the 21? I can't even.
It's the 45, and actually the only acceptable Gen 3 is the 17L.
Yes. All right. I'll agree with you on that one. Yeah. See, Down Zero says Airsoft's even more fun than paintball, and I've kind of That's kind of what I think as well. You can get a little bit more realistic with the airsoft, with the guns that you carry, the way that you move and stuff. And you don't have to have a gigantic freaking mask on. I mean, you still need eye protection and stuff, but you don't have to have eye protection that'll stop a freaking 1 ounce ball from splattering you in the face. Yeah. Anyway, see, let's head to our next question. Next one is, what's your next gun or gun accessory? Top 5 preferably. Builder, do you have even one? I should have written mine down.
I don't know. Currently, there's nothing really in
Or
my
a reload
gun.
wrap, an extra reload wrap.
Yes, that's a good one.
That's
Currently, there's nothing really in my budget because my budget is geared in other directions. But I would say top on my list is a red dot, actually a green dot, on my 92A1. So that would be top of the list. Under that would be an optic on my G45 because that needs something other than FUD sights. After that, I would say probably it was an M&P core, and that is no longer the case.
What happened to that?
What happened to that is LTT started milling Berettas. So now is a 92X Centurion, and then milled by LTT with a red dot or a green dot. I'd like to, and then I'll just use the last two. I'd like to mess with my 14.5 some more and get it ready for 3-gun, possibly, if I can.
Nice. All right, so my next 5. I've actually got one of them sitting in front of me, but I haven't technically bought it yet. So a Rock Island VR80, that's what's sitting right here. You guys may have seen me kind of tease that in an Instagram picture. If you haven't, head over to Instagram, Work the Trigger. I'm over there, and I post pictures. I'm also going to pick up a Beretta 92X, the full size, because honestly, it's a great gun anyway. I don't have a 92, and eventually it'll get sent off to be milled. I'm going to end up getting a Canik TP9 SF Elite pretty soon as kind of a tester gun for some stuff. See, that's 3, right? I need a Hollison 508T, and I had just thought of it. The Arrow that should be on its way very soon. I'm going to count that because that's going to be a whole long project. Damn, that's 4 guns and 1 accessory. Builder, what the hell's wrong with me?
Bullying complex.
I need more money. It is. I need more money. How do I? Dang it! Come on, day job, pay me more. Do you think my boss would respond well to that? Hey, I need to buy more guns. Can I have a raise?
I need you to pay me more money for me to do less.
Right. That would be fantastic. Let's see. Wait, who said the XL took Glock mags? Because it surely does not.
Bald and Curious wants me to get rid of my G45 and get a 365 XL. But
Builder's hands are too big for a 365. In any grip length amount, the length of pole just isn't enough. The tiny
I'd like to have
little,
my pinky on the gun, ideally.
you might be able to fit it on the 15 rounder, but
I require my middle or my ring finger to be on the gun.
Well,
and the 365 kind of pushes it.
With you with the 365, your fingers are going to be touching your palm.
They do. They did when I shot it. It's a great gun, but
for people with tiny child hands, it worked fantastic for me.
I wouldn't be opposed to owning a 365 at all. I mean, I think they're great guns.
They're good, solid guns, and now that they've got all the issues worked out, they're great. I still think that is the kind of prime of the small micro 9 era. Because honestly, like even the 48, that's it. Even the 48 48's a lot bigger than that at a 10 round mag. The 43X is a longer grip than that with a 10 round mag. Yes, I know that you can fit 15 rounds in the shield, or in the shield mags, but still it's still a 10 round gun if you want to buy it from the factory. Did we talk about James Yeager and his shield mag video?
Mm-mm.
He posted a video a couple of weeks ago about how he wouldn't trust the shield mags in a class, let alone a gunfight. And I'm just sitting here listening to it, and I'm like, huh, sounds a lot like you're bitter because Shield wouldn't send you any mags to test. Because I've heard nothing but good about them. There are a lot of people who have run those. I mean, shoot, Humble shot a match with them and practiced for a month with them, and they ran fine. If they didn't run fine, he wouldn't have run them. So, Locke says, is James Yeager still making videos? Unfortunately, yes. And unfortunately, I'm still subscribed. I don't ever get notifications. I didn't ring the bell per se, but yeah, he's still making videos, unfortunately. Let's see. All right. Let's
Permission to ask a
go to
question,
another
sir?
question.
Permission granted, Baldric, as long as it isn't the one about where babies come from.
So, Reds Dots, who's usually here but isn't tonight, he posted a question. We're going to go ahead and answer it since he's going to listen back to this one. So, and I do want the chat to chime in on this one because this is a fun one. So, what's the worst shooting advice you've ever heard on a range? Whether it's static, rifles, clays, USPSA, etc. Worst shooting advice. I know his is slow as smooth and smooth as fast. That's one of his big pet peeves. Manny Things, I think, was slow down and get your hits. That's terrible advice. Builder, have you heard or gotten any terrible advice?
I'm thinking.
I had one. This is my very first USPSA match, and I'm shooting, and I sucked at the time. Like I was pretty bad. And I was shooting at a plate rack, and I couldn't finish off the plate rack. And the RO behind me hollers in my ear, "Keep an eye on that front sight." Thanks. I see it. I just wasn't lining things up. Actually, my trigger pull was just absolutely atrocious, but it was pretty bad. Let's toss in gun counter stuff too. What's some, huh?
I'm trying.
Bad advice at a gun counter. I was just at Rule King, our local like farm and fleet. Actually, this is like it's the farm and fleet, but for like city people who don't know what a farm and fleet store is. Anyway,
It still is a farm and fleet store.
It is still a farm and fleet store, but it's funny because one of my coworkers raises horses and he walks in and he asks them if they have horse mats. And the girl that he asked, she's like, I think. She walks him over to an aisle and she says, how are these? And it was a doormat with a horse on it.
She has them.
They had horse mats, just not horse mats. Little emphasis issue there. So while you're thinking, I'm going to go over some of the chats here. So we've got more talking about James Yeager. Jordan says, worst advice I've heard on the range is buy a Glock. That's actually one of the fun, one of the things a lot of the guys yell at USPSA, but typically they'll yell at to their buddy who is running like a $2,000 race gun. So, let's see. You got one? Okay,
Yes.
Go for it.
People who carry a double action, single action pistol say they'll dump a round into the ground, and then fire at the target.
Wait, what? So like fire a warning shot type of thing?
No, get rid of the double action.
Oh,
Pull out the
seriously?
gun, double action into the ground, and then have the single action trigger pull.
Oh my gosh. That's pretty bad. Yeah. Let's see. trying to think of some more that I've got.
Say who said that either?
Huh?
I don't really want to say who said that.
Can I hear a set of initials for this person?
It starts with a J, but the last two I don't want to give you, and it's not the J you're thinking of.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me later. You're gonna have to. All right. Let's see. So, still going through the chat, seeing if we can find some more. So I've heard a lot of this is one of my favorite comments that I hear at the range. This isn't necessarily advice. This is just something you hear at the range. Because I shoot at an indoor range a lot where the bays are relatively close and you can see everybody's targets. And so typically speaking, you hear somebody shoot and you take a look over at their target. I just got your text. And the target is riddled with rounds, none of them in the middle. And then you hear from the other side of the bay, well, he'll still die. I'm like, oh, no.
Or the old 45 thing where you clip him in the shoulder and they're like, yeah, it'll blow his arm off.
Yeah, I got a coworker who said something along those lines, making fun of me for carrying 9mm. And I'm like, I'll pile you full of 5 or 6 of them in the amount of time it'll take you to get one hit. So let's do math. So what the heck was that?
Jordan.
Hey, you can't laugh.
I know.
You can't. Because I know. All right. Anyway, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. You aren't either. No.
Huh?
You're not reading that. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go into that a little. All right. So Jordan says, fire a round without ear pros to be prepared for a defensive use if you carry a gun. That was me. I did that and said that for quite a while. And honestly, I still can't hear out of this ear very well. No, that's not true. I can't hear out of either ear well. John Jeffries has a really good one at a gun store. Get the micro 380 for the lady. Always pointing people towards like the tiny little guns for women, which is not the right way to go. I mean, there's small guns that you can choose, but a tiny 380 is definitely not the direction to go. Big Johnson.
Unless it's a SIG 238. I will give that the exception.
Okay, that's fair. Yep, a SIG 238 is a smooth shooting gun, not a 938. A 238. 938 sucks. Big Johnson says, don't carry around in the chamber an appendix inside the waistband because you'll blow off your junk. I still hear that one from people all the time.
I just don't get it because I still have my junk.
You know, these people say this and it's like, okay, when was the last time your gun fired on your side? Randomly. Oh, it hasn't? Then why is mine going to randomly fire because I'm carrying it in a different spot? But yeah, that one drives me insane. Let's see. Harry says, telling 5-foot-tall women with really small hands that she needs a Glock 17. Okay, so yeah, that's going the exact opposite direction. Also bad. Locke says, once you go deaf, you tend to stay deaf. Yeah. It's a good anyway, getting past that a little bit. So let's see. Hey, Reload Rap says only stupid thing he hears is fire a warning shot. Yeah, also a very, very bad thing.
Pump the shotgun.
I've got,
Pump the shotgun.
Yeah, pump the shotgun. The sound alone will scare them away. You got that. You've got carry without one in the chamber, just in general, and you'll have time to rack it. That kind of thing. Double action, single action is safer than appendix or than striker fired, or just better in general.
I know somebody that said that for a long time for appendix carry.
It wasn't me.
I'd rather carry my PO1, the longer trigger pull.
That's just because I like it. That wasn't for that. That was just because I still like the PO1. I still need to get that milled, don't I? Dang it.
CZ Custom's already doing them. They've already sent out several with 508 or 507Ks on them.
507K, yep. Yeah, I just need to do it because it needs it, because that gun is awesome. Although I don't know if it's going to fit in the holster with that done. Actually, I can't find my normal holster. The only holster that I've got for it right now is a light bearing, and I'm not sure I want a light bearing. So to me, like, a light bearing holster loses a little bit of its necessity if you've got a dot. Because what's the best night sight in the world? A red dot.
The 22 TCM.
It's not night anymore after that.
You.
Dude, I still cannot believe the size of the fireballs that thing was throwing out. I wish I had recorded that in slow motion so that I could have seen it.
It was consistent too. Like it wasn't just the random fireball you get every once in a while. It was fireball, 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 fireball.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we got to go out there in like the dusk time, because that was freaking great. Hey, really quick, while we've still got the audience here, I do want to point out one more time. In a couple of weeks, we are going to be switching the live chat over to our B channel, Work the Trigger Overtime. There's a link in the description to this particular video to that channel. For tonight, you guys can stay over here, but do me a favor. Go ahead and click on that link. Go over there and subscribe, because that's where all of these lives will be ending up here in a couple of weeks. All right, let's get on to our next question. All right. So, Builder, this one's from you. If you could have only one caliber-specific suppressor, what would it be and why? That's a good question. And I was fighting hard with this one because I honestly don't know. What's your answer?
And for caliber specific, I mean you can't shoot any other calibers through it.
Oh, that's bullshit.
You just figured I should clear that up a little bit.
Yeah, because now you've ruined me. Okay. What's your answer?
22.
Now why?
Because it's a 22 can.
Okay.
They're fun. They're light. They're cheap. It's just a 22 can.
Okay. I'm also gonna go 22-ish. See, I found a way around your rule. Because if you put a 223 can,
bullet diameter.
Huh?
I'm talking bullet diameter.
Okay, so you're willing to accept a 222 can that shoots 223 since the bullet diameter is the same.
If you run 22s through your 5.56 can, you're an idiot. But yes.
But you can.
You can, but you're dumb.
That's safer than trying to run like. No, I don't know. Reload Rap says name your the Rock Island Roxbury, since it's due to its strobe effect. The Rock Island is actually lovingly named the Tic Tac, and it will be returning to Rock Island here in the next like 2 weeks or so, probably. So I just got the review recorded and edited. I think I've got it all buttoned up, so that's gonna be up next. It's definitely gonna be the video next week, but also I did. I don't know if you guys, probably nobody noticed because most of the people who come into the live chats don't, I think, watch the video all the time. But I switched my upload days. We upload on Wednesdays now instead of Fridays. So just throwing that out there. All right, next up, let's go to a question from Manny Things. Manny says, which gun tubers would you like to meet in person? You got anything, Builder? I've got quite a few.
Work the Trigger. I mean, obviously, is my top.
Right? I'm going to throw out the two that I think we both can agree on. You ready?
Yeah.
Lucky Ballistics and Matt from Demo Ranch.
Yeah.
Even though you don't watch Demo Ranch anymore,
I don't have it.
I still want to meet the dude.
I like a Demo Ranch video. I don't like when other people are on there. I'm not a big fan of Reaper. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of
Lunkers.
Lunkers. I'm not a big fan of Lunkers. Both of those guys, they're really good shots, whatever. I'm just not a big fan of them. If I'm going to watch Demo Ranch, I'm going to watch Demo Ranch. Huh?
Lunkers is okay.
No.
Shot. I mean, no, shot-wise. I'm not talking about personality. I mean, he's an okay shot. Reaper's pretty good.
Sniper, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those two would definitely be the top two.
Let's see.
With the third being Hootie Hoo.
Yeah, we still need to get him worked into the schedule sometime. But if this Corona thing would freaking go away, and I felt more comfortable about traveling that far.
I'm not afraid.
You know, it's dumb because if it was...
I'm the one who's scared of traveling.
Right? If it was like a few hours, I'd be like, all right, cool, let's do this. But the fact that we have to go through so many... We have to go through Indianapolis, Louisville, and like by Nashville to get down there. That's a lot of major cities.
Let me give you two numbers that would make you feel better. 10-5. Times 2.
Times 2. That's true. That's true. That does make me feel all warm and lovable inside.
You need a 60-round mag for yours.
Oh, I want to meet Matt Best too.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'd be fun to meet.
He would.
I'd be, yeah. It's hard, like, because their personalities on like are so hard to catch. It's not like most of them do like live streams. Like what you guys see on here, that's generally me, right, Builder? Like I don't think I'd lie too much about it. Man,
nah,
he's a little bit more of a prick in real life, maybe, but.
Me too.
Aren't we all? You know, I'm not sure Manny is. I think Manny might just be a nice dude.
Yeah, it's true. I was working at a house today with a guy I work with a lot. And the homeowner came over to him and she goes, "Does he ever just annoy you?" And he's like, "Yeah, he does all the time." And she's like, "He's so even-tempered. Like, it just bothers me how even-tempered he is." And I'm like, stuff doesn't bother me. What of it? And then her husband called me fat. And I'm like, okay, we're going to fight.
Oh, them's fighting words. Put them up. So Jordan says he'd like to meet Paul Harrell. Paul would be... See,
That'd be a dry conversation.
It would be. Like, I don't know if I could actually, like, hang out.
Let me tell you an anecdote. No!
Would you like to see a presentation on this? No, I wouldn't. I'm curious though if he keeps eye contact. I'm curious if he keeps eye contact with you at all times while grabbing random things from around him, just talking about them. Like, oh yes, you like that, do you? How about what type of phone do you have? That's nice. Yeah, I have a.
Constantly pulling stuff out of his pocket.
Right.
I brought McDonald's today. Here's your bag.
Jordan says there would be a conversation. They just smoke together. But smoke what is the question? That is the question. Oh, Harry called out man. He said he leaked classified information. So, hey, you know what? I mean, that benefited all of us, though, right? He took a big risk doing that. Ooh, yeah, Donut Operator would be a fun guy to meet. I'm trying to think of other ones, and my brain is not working right tonight. It's been kind of a long day anyway.
I know if I could figure out a way to get my son and myself to meet Luke, Tom, and Nate from Outdoor Boys, my son might die. I mean, just like, and then I would.
Does Lena count?
She is a YouTuber.
Because I totally hung out. Yeah, but we haven't hung out with her. I'd hang out.
We did for like minutes.
That's true. We probably hung out with her longer than the majority of people at that place. Those people are dumb. How did the Lena line have nobody in it? Harry says he's talked to Donut on the phone before. He's not the guy he is on camera. Well, dang it, Harry! Now, don't ruin my idealistic views of people. Are you crying over there, Builder?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought you were fake crying for a second there.
I'm trying to hold back a sneeze.
Jordan says he'd like to meet me and Hickok 45 at the same time so we could take a picture. You know, Jordan, that would actually work very effectively with Humble as well. So,
Yes.
or pretty much anybody next to me. Oh, dang. Don't I have 3,500 subs at one point? I thought he just jumped straight up to like a couple 100,000. I actually have no idea how many he's got right now either. More than me? Does that count?
Yep.
Don't play. Don't do it. I'm trying to look it up, and things are trying to start playing, which isn't cool.
I don't even know who Donut Operator is.
Hey, do you guys watch Tundra Tactical at all?
Who?
Tundra Tactical, because
Nope.
if you 1.8 million, so yeah, he's got a lot. So if you guys haven't seen this group, it's Tundra Tactical, and they do satire videos, and they are freaking glorious. Let me give you the rundown of a couple of their video titles here, if I can get back to it. Jordan says Ashley likes Donut. He's way too smarmy for him. He is kind of smarmy.
Smarmy.
Oh, Locke says he doesn't like Tundra. That's sadness. I mean, I can understand it. If it's not your style, it's not your style. But
See you, Professor.
see you, man. Have a good one. Wait, Harry took
Jordan
what off?
defines smarmy.
Dugan Ashley, man, that's the one. That's a blast from the past. I haven't heard anything about Dugan for a while. Where did he end up? He was back in like the days with the AB Superman doing Endo apparel commercials. That was a lot of like from back before you were into YouTube, wasn't it? No, I remember sending you the AB Superman when he did a gun review with the speech blocker that makes you stutter like crazy. You don't remember that? This makes me sad now. Locke says he likes Gun Jesus. Doesn't think he'd be fun to hang out with, though. Papa Kalash would be fun to hang out with. Is Gun Jesus Brandon Herrera? Is that who we're talking about there? Uh-oh.
Gun Jesus is the guy from Forgotten Weapons.
Oh, Ian.
Yes.
Hey, fun fact about Ian, he went to Purdue University. Right across the river from me and where I went for like a year and a half before dropping out.
You say that every time that we talk about him.
I don't think we've ever talked about him on the channel before. Another fun fact about Gun Jesus is his partner, who's the other guy on In Range. I can never remember his name. Anyway, he's a member of the Church of Satan. So you've got Gun Jesus and literal member of the Church of Satan. A super nice guy from what it seems, but yeah, interesting little trivia for you. Papa Kalash is Herrera. I think he would be fun, but I'd be scared to hang out with him right now because he had the Rona.
Had.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you never know.
It's gone.
It's just gone. He only had it for like a week anyway. Okay, so Tundra Tactical, some of the titles to their videos are What Your Carry Gun Says About You, What It's Like to Work at a Gun Store, Trends in the Gun Industry That We Hate. Let's see here. What you see at tactical firearms training classes. So they're all satirical, just make fun of everything videos. And I appreciate that. I appreciate a good sense of humor. Let's see. I need to stop reading the chat.
I think we might have to end this one early because I'm getting quite sleepy.
Yeah, same here. It's been a long week. And I don't know why. Like, I've been working from home this week, which generally is an easier, like, it's not an easier week, but I get more sleep because I don't have to get up early. I just get up and walk down to my basement and log on. But not this week. It's not running very well for me. Let's do at least one more question before we hop off of here. No, not that one. We're going to steal one of yours, Builder.
Okay.
All right. Why is 3-gun not as popular as USPSA? What's your guess on that?
I know the reason, because you literally have 3 guns and equipment to put money into and your time into, as opposed to 1.
Yeah.
But, like, it doesn't feel even remotely popular around here. Like, to find a 3-gun match around here, and you can find USPSA matches around here very easily.
Yep.
But to find a 3-gun match around here, I don't know that you're going to find one very easily at all.
No, it's so around here specifically, they only shoot 3-gun in the fall.
Most of the time, they only shoot 2-gun.
Huh?
Most of the time, they only shoot 2-gun around here.
Right. Well, and they stopped doing
shotguns are stupid.
They stopped doing the 2. No, they're not. The wrong shotguns are stupid.
Most shotguns.
I keep pulling my ear thing out with that. Anyway, so Harry says it's easier to set up USPSA stages than 3-gun stages. That's true.
I'm sure.
I think there's 2 major parts that I think like kind of lead to it. One is the price, because as you said, like you have to maintain 3 different guns now. I think another one is the skill set factor. There's not a single thing that you can focus on to be exceptionally good at 3-gun. You have to be pretty good at all of them. You know, like if you're good pistol shooter, acceptable rifle shooter, and you suck on shotgun, you're gonna suck at 3-gun. So I think that's the big 2 ones. I do think Harry brings up a good point with the stage builds. The space requirements for 3-guns are significantly greater than they are for a USPSA event. Like we can shoot a USPSA match in a 25-yard bay. Where's the fun in shooting a rifle match on a 25-yard bay? You know?
Well, I mean, if you look at 3-gun matches, they're not always 3 guns.
Right.
Like, there's some stages that are pistol only. There's some stages that are shotgun only. But I mean, I know virtually nothing about 3-gun. All I know is I'm bored of USPSA, so I want to try something else.
To be fair, you've barely gone to any, so.
And I have a really sweet gun that I keep forgetting that I have that I set on my dresser last night.
I wasn't
looked at it today and I was like, damn, that's good looking.
It is. It is a good looking gun. Hey, there's a USPSA match coming up here in like 3 weeks, dude. You got to at least make one of them with me this year.
I should be able to.
All right. We do have something going on the next weekend, though, so that might kill that for that. The second weekend is the Glock trigger comparison. Yeah. Which I did get. I got approval for the range yesterday, actually. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're good to go there. So that should be fun. I think that's going to be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, I lucked out and somehow I convinced 3 different major Glock trigger manufacturers to send me triggers to compare. I don't know how this happened. They must have not watched any of our videos.
It was more than 3.
Oh, yeah, no, it's 5. I did have to pay some money for one of them because he was low on parts.
Because he can't find parts.
Right, so I had to buy the parts. Let's see. So Locke says, anyone carrying a barbecue gun to gatherings? What's a barbecue gun?
A barbecue gun is like a unique gun that you have that's just kind of like cool, or like a high polished 1911. A high polished, high quality 1911 would be considered in that. Kind of a unique gun would be considered in that. Something just to talk about. I
don't have one of those, unfortunately. Do I need one? Hey, all right. So here's a question for the chat. What barbecue gun would you see Builder or me having? Builder and me. So write that in the chat. what type of gun do you think that Builder would have and I would have as our barbecue gun? Because I'm a little I'm
Yours is
interested.
going to be a Colt Pocket 25.
It'll look like a full-size 1911 in my hand. So, so I'm just going to say this because I don't know if the chat's actually listening, but at some point we're totally going to run an intro with like a full-size Desert Eagle and a baby eagle, and I'm going to hand you the Desert Eagle, and it's going to look like a baby. It's going to be the baby eagle when you grab it. We're doing that. The people in the chat are going to get it, but dang it, they're going to get it. All right, so Pistol Pete says a CC75 stainless with rosewood grips. I'm guessing that one would probably be mine because I don't see Builder owning another 75.
Jordan nailed it. Freaking nailed it.
Let's see. All right, so you'd have a Beretta Inox. Nice. I think Harry might want.
I don't want to get in on this 500 Smith & Wesson stuff. I can't keep up with Matt and Scott from Demo and
Kentucky
Ballistics. So
that
doing engraved
going on. That is the best thing to happen in the gun YouTubing world in years.
It's hilarious.
It is. You've got two guys that have no problem making fun of each other and themselves.
Sitting there like, Mom, stop talking to Matt. Leave him alone.
Didn't he tell her to switch the sheets out next time too?
You don't have to send him my dirty sheets. Matt runs over the tactical T-Rex. Goldie.
So Harry also says that I'd be running an NAA Ranger engraved.
Ooh.
That's a little bit of an inside joke there, but that's all right. It'll come out eventually.
An NAA Ranger is a beautiful gun.
They are pretty.
That's a top break, right?
Them damn NAAs again. I really want one of the what was it? The belt buckle one. I don't know why.
Dumb.
My
brother-in-law had one of those.
You're the one that dragged my butt over to that freaking booth to look at that shit.
I don't remember. It doesn't count.
We almost walked right past it and you were like, hey, let's go over here. And I'm like, hey, it's a bunch of revolvers. And you're like, look, that one's in a belt buckle.
Yeah, because I love their top breaks.
That happened. Yes, the Ranger is the top break, by the way. I had to Google it to make absolutely sure.
My brother-in-law had a belt buckle 22 that he carried all the time because he was a Purdue student and he could carry it on campus. But it had like a 7/8 inch barrel and no rear sight. Yeah. It was terrible.
I didn't say I was going to carry the thing. I just want it. A Gen 1. Do they even make Gen 1 Glock 17Ls? Is that a real thing?
No, they don't make them.
Oh, okay.
They don't make Gen 1.
Was Gen 2 the first one? Well, I mean, was there ever, I guess, a Gen 1? What good are you, Mr. Glock guy?
I had Gen 5s.
You were, okay. To display how Glock you are, a year ago, you were like, I hate Glocks. I'm not going to get any more Glocks. And now, a year later, you've got a considerable number of new ones. Apparently they did. It was the first long slide gun. Nice.
Yeah, because the 34 was originally built on a 19 frame, and it was called the 19L.
Ah. Okay. Okay. Kathleen would like to know: is Zafari slides any, or are Zafari slides any good?
They're attractive.
I have no idea what they are, but I'm going to Google them right now.
They're just fancy.
It says, oh, yeah. I mean, I
can never get over the fact that a 17L has a 6.02 inch barrel. Yeah, baby.
It is pushing it a little bit, isn't it? I mean, that's glorious and fantastic. Harry says everyone always goes back to Glock. I didn't. I did carry a Glock for a while. For what? How long did I carry my 19? Like 6 months or so? Or was it even that long?
It was like 3 holsters at the time, so probably about 6 months.
To be fair, 2 of those holsters were from the same company, and the only reason I had 2 of them was because they totally foobarred the first one. I had to reshape it with a... Actually, I had to reshape the second one, too, with a hacksaw, because they were terrible. And that company has... They changed their name, which I'm guessing is... It was... shoot, what was it at the time? It was Coldwater Tactical, I think. Now it's Neptune Concealment. So don't buy a Neptune Concealment holster. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I mean, I don't mean to shit on them too bad, but I'm also... I'm done trying to hide my feelings about some things just to not make the companies happy or
Jordan
mad.
might win with the barbecue gun there.
6-inch 10mm Tanfoglio.
Yes.
Nice.
Although my 92 Inox that I don't have is still badass.
They are. The 92 Inoxes are just... They're just pretty.
Yeah.
Are those why can't I think of the name of the frame?
They had the last variant of the Inox was the Vertex.
Okay, Vertex. Yeah, thank you. Kathleen, SIG's not necessarily my jam. I don't have a jam. I buy guns that I like. I actually don't currently have a SIG that I want. I do. There's a CZ that I want. There's a Beretta that I want. No, I'm not. I have absolutely no brand loyalty, like at all. Hey, Applied Ballistics is here. How's it going, man? You did miss the 3-gun discussion. Unfortunately,
It wasn't much of a discussion.
It wasn't, because we honestly don't know. we think that that it's a combination of people not wanting to spend the money, people not wanting to train properly to get good at it, and just the amount of space that we have at Wildcat. Because I think they have 3-gun. Huh?
If we could run shotguns at Applied, we could do like a rimfire 3-gun. I guess technically, if he was down for it, we could do a rimfire 2-gun at Applied.
Good. Oh, that would be fun. That would
You
be
could use
really
your
fun.
597.
That's not funny. Shut your mouth. Shut it.
Just drop it and go start cutting the targets with your knife. This is dope.
So, yeah, Applied says Wildcat runs 2 to 3 matches a year in 3-gun. Yeah, and I think they're all in the fall. They should be coming up pretty soon, I think. Which actually I have my 3-gun shotgun now, so I'm excited about that. Our 3-gun shotgun, right? Which means I need mags. Dang it! I've got it. And mag carriers. I already found them. They're going to be decent enough, but Rimfire Falling Steel has a 2-gun. Oh, but we haven't done them here. All right, that's fair.
He's just getting Rimfire Falling Steel really taken off too, I think.
Yes, that's true. I think that is new this year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Harry says he wants a 10mm stock 2.
That's a nice gun.
Closest he'll get to a Bren 10 for a while. Forever.
So everybody loves the Bren 10. I'm not a Bren 10 fanboy. I am a 1006 fanboy.
I actually think the Bren 10 is hideous.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But a 1006 is glorious.
Is that a Smith & Wesson?
Yes. Think of a 5906, but in 10mm.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Yeah, no, that's a better looking gun to me.
Yeah.
The Tanfoglio, honestly, is better looking than a Bren 10. So, let's see. Kathleen says a Shadow 2 Optics Ready might be fun. I actually really want a Shadow 2 Optics Ready. I'm just not ready to spend the money on it. That's, I'm cheap. But, yeah. So, Builder, what's your so your next optics ready gun? It's going to be your Beretta or a Beretta?
Yeah. It will be my Beretta.
Your Beretta?
My Beretta.
Okay. Yeah, for the price they're charging, what was that again? Like $350?
350, 375, something like that.
For the amount of additional components that they need, that's pretty good.
So my plan is to send the slide to them and then also purchase the enhanced trigger bar or whatever that is, and then have you put that in.
That's fair. Well, as I said, I played with your trigger, which is done by us, and an actual LTT Elite trigger, and your trigger is at least 90% of that LTT, if not more.
And mine's dirty. Well, his is probably dirty too.
Yeah, I don't think it's cleaned much. I don't know. I haven't dissected it to really look too much, but yeah, I was really surprised. And that's not a slight against his trigger at all. That's just talking about how good your trigger is in your Beretta for the amount of money that was spent on it.
I mean, there's less than $100 in that trigger.
Yeah. Now I did a thorough comparison of my CZ triggers and the Beretta triggers. The CZ that I did is a little bit, it's the slightest bit gritty. Like you can still feel a little bit of movement. The Berettas are not.
Which one? Your SPO1 or your PO1?
SPO1. The SPO1. Okay. The PO1 trigger might actually be a little bit smoother, but I didn't try that one. It was my second attempt, so it was significantly more polished. I knew where to polish and how to polish it. But that being said, the SPO1 trigger is actually, it's a little bit shorter, both in the overall pull, and then the reset is a little bit shorter as well. So it's truly a toss-up between those two things.
It's a touch lighter than mine.
But here's the thing.
Mine's a touch smoother.
It also costs almost 3 times as much.
Mm-hmm.
And it was significantly more effort. Taking apart a Decocker CZ75 is way harder than taking apart a Decocker. Well, I don't know. That Beretta slide sucked balls. That was pretty bad. Of course you did. You probably didn't think the CZ was very bad either.
No, it wasn't terrible. I'm telling you guys, it just works out well. I take my gun and I take my bag of parts and I give them to work, and then I get a clean gun back with new parts in it, and sometimes I get the old parts. It's just awesome.
I've gotten this question multiple times. People will, or not this question, this comment on videos multiple times when I'm doing trigger jobs and stuff, and they're like, why the hell are you putting that in a dirty gun? Why don't you clean it? And I'm like, I did clean it. I just didn't show you guys that because that's boring as shit. Nobody wants to sit here and watch me clean a gun, detail clean a gun. Yeah, okay. So can you imagine the narration that I would have to do and how boring that would be? All right, I'm going to grab one of these Q-tips and I'm going to dip it in some cleaning solvent. Now I'm going to put it in this slot right here. I'm going to spin it as I rotate back and forth and press down to be able to get the small bits of carbon that have built up here out. That's how boring it would be. Applied is cleaning 2 guns right now. Yes, but you're not narrating it, or are you narrating it?
You never know.
You don't know. I talk to myself all the damn time. So I mean, he may very well be sitting there narrating himself cleaning his guns.
He's cleaning 2, but his daughter's cleaning 5 right now. Come on, Dad, hurry up.
Right. Oh, I mean, if you want to, go for it. You can surely go ahead and narrate it. If you could record this, because I want to see it, and then send it to me in an email so I have blackmail material later on.
What one did you sneeze on?
I don't remember.
That was my gun, wasn't it?
I think it was.
And you dropped it.
It was before the Rona. No, I dropped mine.
Oh.
I didn't drop you. Well, I dropped pieces of yours, but I didn't drop your actual gun. I dropped my whole freaking gun. Actually, it was just the slide. I dropped the slide to the P10F off the bench, rolled it right off during a live stream. Actually, I was on a live stream with Harry when that happened. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, Kathleen, he's putting an optic on his Beretta. Hey, Builder, talk about the optic on your Beretta. Maybe sometime that might happen.
I'll put an optic on my Beretta. It'll be after the other Beretta that work has probably gets one.
No.
That LTE's doing the
Nope. It's going to be before that.
No.
Yeah, I'll
The
tell
other
you.
Beretta, the LTT you have?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Anyway,
Speaking of which, I'm going to sit here and play with it because there is.
so mine's going to go to LTT and get milled at some point down the road. I have other stuff that I'm spending my money on other than firearms currently.
He's
Like
sitting
my
in
wife's education.
Oh, that too.
But yeah, it's going to go to LTT, get milled for an RMR footprint, and if I can pull off an SRO, I'm going to put an SRO on it. If I can't, I'm going to try to do a 508T, and that's that.
All right. I do want to remind it. I know this is like the third time that I've done this, but this is serious business. I want to remind everybody that we started a B channel. It's called Work the Trigger Overtime. There's a link in the bottom, like in the description to the main channel's description to that channel. That's where the live streams are going to be in 2 weeks. So head over there. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's going to get way less uploading to that channel. We're only going to be doing like live streams, and whenever I do tutorials and stuff, they'll be up on that channel. They're not going up on the main channel anymore. We're trying to minimize some of the likelihood of getting the channel shut down, and every single installation video I put up over there is a danger to the main channel. So all right, let's head back over to the chat a little bit. What is Locke giving to his boss?
Glock 26.
Ah, that's, yeah, just don't give him a 17L because that calls into question his manhood. I don't know why. The 26 is,
20 or 17L. I'd take a free 26. Gen 5.
I would take literally any gun for free. You want to give me a Jimenez? I'll take it. I'm not picky when it comes to free things. No, that's totally not true. I am picky. But Kathleen just wants a 17L slide.
Make sure if you get the 17. Well, no, never mind.
I'm actually tempted. Jordan said that Reload should buy his P10S. I'm honest. I didn't know you were still selling that, Jordan. Is that the optics ready one?
Kathleen, if you get 17L slide, make sure you're putting it on Gen 3 frame, which wouldn't be an issue because you have the Timberwolf frame, so you're good to go.
Snap. Does the Timberwolf frame, is that a Gen 3 slide?
It is Gen 3, Gen 4. It's compatible with both.
Well done. See, why can't Glock do that?
They don't want to.
Because Glock screws everything up. That's why.
Because there are no Gen 4 Glocks now.
Oh, Applied Ballistics says they have a couple abandoned high points at the shop. Applied, text me because I have plans for a high point, and they need to happen.
Somebody needs to demonetize you.
What?
You're getting all excited about buying a high point. I know what your plans are.
And you should be excited too, because admit it, you can't wait for that slow-mo.
They're not gonna stay on.
Bullshit, they're not. JB Weld, my friend. Challenge accepted. Anyway, oh, that's a bummer, man.
Yeah, but then you could have 3 Norso slides.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about Applied. Yeah, message me about that. Anyway, yeah, that's Jordan. That's actually extremely tempting. That wasn't on my short list, but now it is. Damn.
That's interesting. Applied. That's weird that people do that.
It is, isn't it? Like he paid for those at one point. Like it's that just blows my mind. I mean, I didn't pay for this one, and I couldn't wait to go pick it up.
Yet. Didn't pay for it yet.
That's true. That's true. Well, I didn't pay for the Rock Island, the Tic Tac, and I was excited to go pick that one up.
That's true. You didn't pay for the taco truck.
I didn't. Never. And it's still with us.
Yes, it is.
Applied says they aren't new. That's probably better for my purpose. I would feel almost, even if it's a high point, I would feel almost guilty doing what I want to do on like a brand new, nice, pretty gun. Would that be? Should I feel bad? You know what I'm gonna do. Should I?
Know what you're gonna do, and I think you should feel bad for even thinking about doing it. Just not.
You're gonna shoot it, and you're gonna love it.
They're not gonna work.
It will work.
No.
You get away with your
We
negativity. I don't need that. I don't need it.
need to do it to the cannon instead.
Ooh. I like where this is going.
Kermit the Frog.
No, I've got a so much better idea for the cannon. Paint it like a Super Mario tube. And then whenever we shoot it, we have to play the
Waka 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 waka.
I still think the Nerf one is going to be, I think that's going to be good. I think we could catch that.
We'll have Manny try it.
That sounds like a good idea. And I think that I'm going to try doing those two on the same day. I know that's fitting a lot in, but it's a single range trip. So,
To that range.
Right, to that
All
particular
right, I
range.
am fading very
Yep,
fast.
me too. Let's go ahead and give the chat one last chance to pop in with any questions that they'd like us to answer. Again, remind you guys, if you're looking at this on the main channel, we are switching to a B channel for our live chats. There's a link in the description down over to that B channel. Go ahead and head over there, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can find out when our live chats are. Not getting a whole lot of new stuff in there. So let's just go ahead and call it for tonight so that I can go to sleep.
Agreed.
All right, Builder, they can't find you anywhere, right?
You can find me on Work the Trigger Overtime.
Oh, that's a good point.
We have to say it like that from now on.
How?
Overtime.
That's good. I'm going to record that, and I'm going to use that in it so that I don't have to do it. Can we get one more? One more? Just a sampling?
Overtime.
But they got better each time. It did. It got better. You're not going to be able to speak tomorrow, but all right. Well, thanks everybody in the chat one last time. Again, I am Work. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon, all at Work the Trigger. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you guys.